The cheapest Caribbean islands aren't always the best ones, and some are cheap for a very good reason. So in this video, I'm counting down the 7 Caribbean destinations that are not only affordable, but actually great vacations. I'm Roger from priceoftravel.com. Let's get started. We're starting in the Dominican Republic because if you want a classic, no-stress, all-inclusive beach vacation, this is still the best value in the Caribbean. Punta Cana gets all the attention, but just down the coast, La Romana delivers some of the strongest bargains. It's perfect for travelers who want everything in one place. Big pools, the beach right in front of you, restaurants, entertainment, without spending half your trip planning activities. The standout here is the Bahia Principe Grand La Romana, about $251 a night for 2 people in high season, and that's a phenomenal price for a full all-inclusive. It's part of the small 2-resort complex that shares the same gorgeous west-facing beach, and the fact that the smaller adults-only Bougainville next door pulls in 8.8 reviews tells you the whole operation is really well run. For a calm area with gorgeous sunsets, a proper beach, and the full everything you need in one place experience, this is one of the best value classic resorts in the Caribbean. Next up is the Cancun region, and this is the best cheap Caribbean destination if you want more than just a beach. Cancun gives you great resorts and more things to do than anywhere else in the Caribbean. Cancun is basically the opposite of the Dominican Republic. In Punta Cana, most people spend the whole week inside the resort. Here you've got nightlife, boat trips, Maya ruins, cenotes, theme parks, and miles of white sand beaches. If you want a mix of beach time and adventure, this is the spot. The best value beachfront all-inclusive is the Occidental Costa Cancún at $243 per night for 2 people in high season. It's one of the cheapest, genuinely good resorts in the hotel zone. Calm beach, solider views, and it looks way more expensive than it is. If you want a simple all-inclusive base with easy access to ferry docks, malls, and nightlife, this is the winner. But Cancun's real magic is that you don't have to go all-inclusive. An hour south in Playa del Carmen, you can stay right on 5th Avenue at Hotel Los Itzaes for just $81 a night with an unbelievable 9.0 review score. You get a rooftop pool, cheap local restaurants everywhere, a short walk to the beach, and ferries to Cozumel. It's not as flashy as the hotel zone, but for budget travelers who want real Mexico mixed with beach time, it's hard to beat. Bottom line, Cancun is the best choice for travelers who want great beaches plus culture, nightlife, and activities, not just a resort bubble. By the way, if this is helping, I'd love a quick like, and all the hotel links are down in the description. Cartagena is the best choice on this list if you want a beach trip and a genuinely interesting city at the same time. The historic, walled old city is colorful, walkable, safe, and packed with great restaurants, rooftop bars, street vendors, and enough culture to fill days on its own. You're not just sitting at a resort here. The city itself is part of the experience, and amazingly, it's still one of the best value places anywhere in the Caribbean. For the price, this hotel feels like a mistake, but a good mistake. Mood Matuna is right in the walled city and somehow only $69 a night in high season with a 9.0 review score. That's almost unheard of in the Caribbean. And when you're ready for the beach, it's just a cheap taxi ride to Boca Grande. The beaches aren't as perfect as Cancun, no sugar white sand here, but they're perfectly nice and the vibe of the city more than makes up for it. Bottom line, if you want the cheapest, interesting Caribbean destination, beaches, history, nightlife, and incredible value, Cartagena is the one. San Juan is a great option if you want real Caribbean culture and history, but also want the comfort and convenience of a big modern city. It's one of the only places where you can spend your mornings on gorgeous, wide, sandy beaches and your evenings wandering around a colorful, historic old town filled with forts, museums, and great restaurants. It's not quite as cheap as Cartagena, but it's much easier, especially for Americans. You don't need a passport, English is widely understood in the tourism areas, most hotel and restaurant staff speak some English, and the infrastructure feels familiar, right down to supermarkets that look just like the ones back home. And this is one of the few Caribbean destinations where staying in an Airbnb actually makes total sense. The Condado neighborhood is packed with condos, short-term rentals, bakeries, bars, and cafes, and you can save a lot of money by doing a few breakfasts or simple meals at home. For about $171 a night, you can stay in a highly rated condo just 1 block from the beach, which is an amazing deal in high season. You get space, a kitchen, and one of the best beaches in the Caribbean right down the street. If you like the idea of mixing beaches, culture, nightlife, and a little live like a local comfort, San Juan is really hard to beat, especially for Americans who want something warm, interesting, and easy. Curaçao is one of the most surprisingly affordable islands in the Southern Caribbean, especially considering how exotic and high-end it looks from the photos. Most people only know Aruba in this part of the region, and Aruba is great, but it's also pricey. Curaçao gives you a similar climate and even better variety, but at much friendlier prices, and with neighborhoods you won't find anywhere else in the Caribbean. Willemstad, the main town, looks like someone mixed Amsterdam and the tropics. Pastel Dutch buildings, waterfront cafes, a pedestrian bridge that swings open for ships. It's one of the most atmospheric capitals in the entire region. But the real charm of Curaçao is outside the city. Little coves, crystal clear water, amazing snorkeling, and beaches that feel more like local secrets than packaged tour zones. And because the island sits south of the hurricane belt, the weather is reliably good even in the fall. The hotel I recommend here, the Wynwood Boutique Hotel, is a perfect example of how far your money goes in Curaçao. It's stylish, extremely well reviewed, and at $134 a night in high season, it's a bargain compared to anything similar in Aruba. You get a small private beach, a relaxed atmosphere, and easy access to both the coves on the west side and the colorful streets of Willemstad. If you want a Caribbean island that feels a little different, a little more European, a little more adventurous, without paying premium prices, Curaçao is one of the best value plays out there. Caulker in Belize is one of those tiny Caribbean islands where life really does slow to a crawl in the best possible way. It's a sandy, walkable little place with no cars at all, just bikes and golf carts, and that go slow motto isn't a gimmick. People here actually live that way. It's also one of the best spots in the region for snorkeling and diving, with the reef just offshore and dozens of little shops that can take you out to incredible sights without resort-level prices. And because the island is so small and friendly, you get that backpacker meets local community vibe that you'll almost never find on the bigger, more commercial islands. Caulker isn't known for beaches, most of its shoreline is lagoon style, so I was surprised to see La Isla Resort listed with a small private beach, and the photos actually look really nice. This is one of the best value hotels on the island. $86 per night in high season, a 9.0 review score, a genuinely lovely pool, a relaxed tropical vibe, and steps away from all the restaurants and waterfront bars. It's exactly the kind of place you hope to stumble into on a mellow island. Simple, charming, affordable, and run by people who obviously care. Bottom line, if you want a laid-back, sun-soaked island where life moves at walking speed, Caulker is one of the best budget picks in the entire Caribbean. St. Kitts is one of my favorite islands anywhere, and easily one of the most underrated. It feels upscale, peaceful, and almost untouched, but the prices are far lower than you'd ever guess from the scenery. What makes St. Kitts so different is the landscape. Instead of the usual scrub or dense jungle, you get these wide green meadows, rolling hills, and mountain views that look almost European, just with turquoise water and palm trees in the foreground. The island has under 50,000 residents and hardly any big resorts, so it never feels crowded or chaotic. It's calm, mellow, and spread out in a way that's surprisingly hard to find in the Caribbean, especially on islands that still have genuinely good beaches. You can explore historic forts, take scenic coastal drives, or just relax on quiet beaches without fighting for space. It has that luxury island atmosphere without the luxury island prices. Right next to the big Marriott on Frigate Bay, my favorite area on the island, you'll find the Royal St. Kitts Hotel, and at $195 a night in high season with a 9.0 review score, it's honestly a standout deal for what you get. You'll find spacious modern rooms, a peaceful resort-style property, easy access to restaurants and bars, a short walk to one of the nicest beaches on the island, and the same setting and vibe as the Marriott for half the price. It's the kind of hotel where St. Kitts really shines, calm, scenic, uncrowded, and way more affordable than people realize. If you want a Caribbean island that feels refined, natural, safe, and wonderfully calm without paying Aruba prices, St. Kitts is the quiet, scenic bargain. One of the most enjoyable islands I've ever visited. And if you want everything from this video in one place, the hotel links, prices, and quick recaps, I built a matching guide on priceoftravel.com. That's linked in the description. That's the full list, and all of the hotel links are in the description. And if you want more ideas, check out my video where I rank 26 Caribbean islands by price. It's a fast guide with quick rundowns on every island so you can easily figure out which one is perfect for your trip. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.